Hello, fellow watchers and enjoyers. Ash and Piggy here from Watching Walford to bring you Watching Walford episode 79, the podcast of the same name of our lovely illustrious channel. It's been 79 weeks, and this is Watching Walford. Today's episode is going to cover the biggest storylines and takeaways from week 25 of 2024, all the episodes from the 3rd of July all the way to the 4th. I'll say that just because in the release schedule, I assume because of the football, there were just two-parter episodes that came out, both the 4th and the 3rd. So that's why it sounds really fucky when you think about it, but don't you worry. It's all normal. The main storylines are Stevie is still keeping secrets. Maya wants to give Harvey the money he is owed, so that generally ramps up with actually figuring out what Maya's deal is, as it's been teased beforehand. And finally, Priya tries to secure her and her kids' future while Denzel and Nugget's steroids come out. So there we are. Those are all the main stories that we're going to talk about. As is always, the first 30 minutes is us shooting the shit, and then however long after that 30 minutes, that's when we talk about the EastEnders. So first 30 minutes, shooting the shit. 30 minutes onwards, talking about the EastEnders. So yes, how you doing, mate? How you been? How's your week been? Etc. etc.
Mate, I feel like I've got bummed. For people who don't know, I just got tattoos done on my legs, and they say I'll flash an image up in the screen.
I thought you were gonna say, for people who don't know what bumming is.
Well, if you don't know what bumming is, ask your parents. They'll tell you very much. They'll might even show you footage. But they say your legs are the hardest part, but it's hard to describe tattooing because we all have different experiences. For me, tattooing it's either tickly.
For me, I have none.
Yeah, but for me, it's tickly or it's like being stung by a nettle, but you can't touch it or anything, and it's like a bit hot. So I think the more appropriate word would be like when you put a tablespoon on like top of the kettle, and then when it heats up the spoon, you put on someone's knee. That's kind of it. That's the same thing. It's just very warm. But imagine there's a little thing going around your leg as well. I butchered that, but you probably understand what I mean. Hopefully.
I mean, your explanations are never the clearest at the best of times.
Yeah. I just mean. Yeah. It's just.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. It's some people have it be more painful. Some people just find that it tickles. You know, you have all the varieties of how it all happens. I'm not really a big tattoos guy personally. Like we slowly through time, as Piggy's been talking about his tattoos more with me, Piggy's quickly realised what I would get as a tattoo versus what he would get as a tattoo. They're completely different fucking things.
yeah, where Ash would probably only get a tattoo like of his dog's paw print. I get fucking just weird things tattooed to me. That's what's wrong. Like I'm afraid I'm gonna say that, and Ash gonna try and tattoo a cock onto me when I'm asleep at Wembley. Just fucking Slater is asleep. Right, like, do it.
You make those bad tattoo choices yourself. Don't get me involved.
Alright, I can't say the word. I was gonna use the C word, and I was going like, shit, I can't say it. Yeah.
Well, better get ready. You've opened Pandora's box. The tattoo conversations on the table.
But yeah, like the tattoos are great fun. Like, obviously you go into it, you're like, oh, I don't really want to do it. I mean, the tattoo begins like, oh, can this hurry up? And then obviously when they have to go on their break, because they want a 10-minute break, if they're going for long sessions, yeah, for tattooing. Obviously my one went for smoking, and for a smoke break. But like, it does depend, is what I'm trying to say, because you regret it afterwards. It's like when you finish school, where like, I fucking hate school, I fucking hate it. Then you leave at 18, and you're like, I miss school. I miss when Father John used to tickle me down the fence, and would tell me things about Mrs. Deirdre. I miss that. I miss the good old days.
Yeah, see, yeah, I feel like we all did that really. It's like, school's fucking shit, and then you get out of school and you're like, school's really simple. Like, to be fair, not even that bad.
It's just when you're a child, it seems too big for you, too big for your boots.
Yeah, there's this like, I just have to keep doing this all day, each week. It's like, it's a good way to develop, you know, good way to figure out who the fuck you are.
Yeah, I agree. But I'll get back to schooling in a minute because we're all going back to school next month or September because the kids are back to school next month. So what?
That's what is that? We're all going back to. I don't fucking think so, mate.
Yeah.
I don't think any of our audience is going back to school.
Well, for the people who watch us that are going back to school, but yeah, tattoos are just fun. I plan to get an arm sleeve done from the character from Life is Strange, Chloe Price. I plan to get that done on my right arm.
That's another aspect. I'm not. If I'm getting tattoos, I'm not copying someone else's tattoos.
Do you know what
yeah, like Piggy's version is like, I want a character that I like tattooed on me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure about that because the way I view it is obviously through the bulk of your life, you're always told like, don't get tattoos that are too visible. You know, Piggy's like, I've got about 3 on my fucking hands. All right, fair enough. And it's like, you don't typically go for ones that are super visible, like, not, you're gonna hide under a sleeve, for example. Or alternatively, if I'm getting a tattoo, I want it to be something that I will look at and it will bring back the memories. It will be something I'll look at and I will fully understand and know exactly what that's for. It has to be pretty, like, it has to be something important enough that I would actually want on my body in fucking 50 years. Like, am I getting an image done of a fucking cartoon character that I did enjoy the show? But is this show gonna be remembered in 50 years, or am I gonna remember the show? Probably not. Probably not. But unless it's like something specifically like that means a lot to me. Like, if I were to follow suit and get something, I would get like a little Hey Arnold one in tribute, just for, a kind of stabilization of, it helped me kind of generally, when something bad happens in your life and you lose a bit of that naivety and you feel like you're a bit less of a child, and you feel like you have to grow up. Watching that show at that time after my dad passed was a pretty good way to, for me, it was a way of rekindling some of my innocence, right? It was it acted as all right, shit's been rough, but remember, you are still growing up, you're still a teen, like, fucking have some childlike innocence back.
Yeah,
yeah.
I understand both aspects. Like, of course, I want funny tattoos on me, but that's why I have the Smiling Friends main characters, Charlie and Pim, on both my legs, which you've seen. And yes, they're not supposed to be red, but I was bleeding in that photo, just so people know for context. I was bleeding in that photo because
but we're not showing up that photo, are we?
No, we're going to show the one.
No one knows what that photo is.
We're going to show the second one where it's both my tattoos, but it's a bit far out. So even if you do see it,
or I'd just show it off in like a week or something,
All right, fair enough.
When it's actually back to looking the way it's supposed to.
Fair enough.
So did you actually add any colour to it?
I got the colour. Yeah, I got the car.
Fair enough.
It was coloured in because the option is it was an extra. It cost a bit more to get coloured in because I don't like, except for my 2 on my finger, I don't like having like black tattoos. Does that make sense? I like having coloured tattoos. Like I like how because Pim is obviously pink, and so obviously he took a bit of time, and Charlie is yellow and he wears an orange jumper. So like I obviously got it coloured in because I was like, oh yeah, it would be cool to have it just black and white, but at the same time, I'm going to this much effort, I might as well just fucking do it. And And like even when I get old, so what? And people will be like, "Oh, look at this lad who's 50 with tattoos." I'm like, "Yeah, I am. I'm still wearing my Hawaiian shirts. I'm still thinking about watching Walford, even though it disbanded 30 years ago. And I'm cancelled. But yeah, that's all. Like tattoos have to be meaningful, or they can just be something silly. Like like if you find it funny and you want a tattoo, get a tattoo. But my one stay away I would do is don't get your partner's name tattooed unless you've been in a long term relationship. Because you see those mankers who get like Jessica above their heart, like a little bit of love heart, and then it's like,
yeah, we broke up 5 years ago. When did you get the tattoo? 4 years ago.
It's no.
Yeah, it's a fucking.
I like to imagine the scenario where he's in the tattoo parlor, so they're like tattooing Jessica, and it's like, Dave, any chance you could cancel that? You know, she just broke up with me. Well, we can change it into a dog, and that's what you're getting. I love Jess a dog.
But yeah, it's and also like fundamentally, like if anybody else gets tattooed, I'm not gonna judge you. It's just I can judge Piggy because he's coming to me like I'm getting this, and I'm just sat here like, yeah, fucking hell.
Here we go.
Why has he done that though? Why has he done that? Why is it so large? At least he's getting colours.
Exactly, but you don't get unless you've been married for years. Don't get your fucking like girlfriend or
But
boyfriend.
even then, so do you really need a wedding ring to prove you fucking? Or do you really need a tattoo when you can like have an engagement ring, have a wedding ring, fucking have like some signifier? Anyways, have like a necklace you both gave each other. Like I'm not against tattoos. Like there are some really cool tattoos. I think if I was ever doing it, it would probably be like a long term like fucking. I'm just gonna work with an artist to like, or a tattooist to like crack out some fucking sick sleeve that kind of encompasses a lot of like my genuine loves and the stuff that is fantastic.
I giggled there, so I was like, "Okay, Ash, what do you want on your arm sleeve?" I want dogs. Anything else? I want dogs. That's it.
What do you mean?
And I want it black. I want it plain Jane as possible. No colour, no nothing there, officer, please. And then it's like, okay, £2.
Yeah, mate, your read on me's all off. Be fucking full of colour. Also, dogs. Not even my favourite animal.
Oh yeah, it'd be a seal.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get a seal on me. Nah, I'm just imagining like I've seen some shit as well, mate. There's some really cool tattoo ideas where you get like some people will get like the Mount Rushmore of like horror on your arm. Like that's fucking sick. That's fucking sick. Because you have like all the faces. Get like a fucking Michael Myers face. Get a Jason face. Get a Freddy face. Probably get an Art the Clown face. There's a lot of cool shit you could actually do.
I'm just imagining Ash. I'm not getting a tattoo. I'm not getting a tattoo. Piggy, would you fucking believe what I just got yesterday? I got a tattoo. Can you believe it? And then like you walk in, it's just like a little, hello, my name's Ash. So he has his name written down, or his shopping list. Oh yeah, but your idea of getting like the Mount Rushmore of horror films would be cool. Because that definitely suit you, because it suit you because you love horror films. Just don't get a Serbian film, not Serbian film fucking tattooed onto you. I don't think you want to be.
Right.
I don't think
the mark that film left on me goes beyond a mark on my body. Yes, there's some scars from that fucking film.
Whenever he hears the name Serbian film, all that plays in his head is My Own Prison by Creed. That's all that plays in his head. Because he's like, my own prison, it's just fucking singing My Own Prison.
For the 3 Creed fans of you out there.
Yeah. And the 2 of them are us.
I'm not a fucking Creed fan. Fuck off.
Don't lie. I heard you.
Fuck off.
I heard coming from your room one night Creed music. I heard it.
If you wanna believe that, mate.
I fucking heard you belting out higher.
Very untrue.
Right, I have proof false.
Mate, you know me, I'm not shy about my interests. I'm not fucking listening to Creed.
Me, who's got a
He doesn't even know who I am, apparently. Yeah, I bet you'd get I bet you get a dog tattoo that's black. Wrong. All wrong.
Look, my radar's off today, mate. I'm sorry. But
Yeah, he's judging me all wrong. I'm not against tattoos. I'm against your tattoo. Nah, your tattoos are fine.
There you go.
Don't like the new ones though. Or the animals.
you only like the spaceman.
Yeah. And even that, I'd put it on like a fucking. I'll put it on the arm. Personally, that's what I'd do.
I just
Not sure why you got it on the hand.
I just thought it'd be cool.
Can't see it half the time.
Yeah, I can.
Well, what if you watch something like this?
Yeah, but all I have to do is look into the camera to start doing that.
Never. You're not. It's not the Truman Show. There's not cameras everywhere.
Look into the window. Hello. But like, what other tattoos would intrigue you? Like, if we were to entice you to go to a tattoo parlor and get a tattoo, what would intrigue you? Like, what would make you go, I want that?
I don't know, because I feel like it's not. It would. The issue with me is it would both have to be thought out, but also not be too fucking. Like it would have to be some impulse in it, but also, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it on a whim though. Like I want that shit planned. But I also don't want something like fucking generic as fuck. Like I want something that is unique to me. I want something that identifies that's me. So I don't fucking know.
Yeah, what's the tattoo that all the pro athletes have? The fucking weird one Goldberg has on his shoulder. That fucking weird symbol one. Get that tattoo.
Nah, fuck that.
Or get the fucking.
If I were to get anything, I'd probably have to get an homage to like a horror movie. Maybe I'd get the maybe I'd get the pumpkin at the start of Halloween with its slightly weird face. Maybe. Who knows?
Would you do like what that one mentalist did for Hulk Hogan? Would you get an Art the Clown back tattoo to cover your entire back?
Yeah, I'm alright, mate. But it would take a lot for me to actually get a tattoo in any variety. Like, I don't fucking care enough.
Yeah, it's
but
fair.
Obviously it would be full of colour, and it would be fucking sick. That's what it fucking would be.
You know,
but also, I'm fundamentally, I may have my emotion back after like being on medication, but also I'm still emotionally something like a motherfucker. So anything that's actually given me that sort of fucking like that sense of joy is just it takes a lot. Also, why are you sat in such a weird fucking way? It's like, hey guys, time to do this podcast. Yeah. Yeah, wait, what's that? What's up, baby? Yeah, you like that, bitch? What's the fuck's going on there?
Let's just lean to the side. I just imagine you do the quote you always do to me. Who got the best fucking tattoo? Tattoo artist Piggy. It was me. Yours the best tattoos. It was me. It's me.
I do call myself the talent. So, you know, as it should be.
Taking Chris Jericho's gimmick.
It's my gimmick. It's always been me.
I also buckled my dad because you know we always make the joke where you slap a bald person in the head and go, "How's it going, slaphead?" I said that to my dad for the first time, and he went, "What?" I started laughing. He was like, "Who said that?" And I went, "Ash." Even if I said it, I just got Ash said it. Get him into trouble.
Sound. I'm just getting abused now.
But how have you been, mate?
Yeah, been alright. We've been Honestly, the last 2 weeks have been mostly about just kind of finishing up all the wrestling channel commitments for the year. Well, not for the year, but for the year in that universe, I guess. But yeah, I look forward to getting some more time to chill the fuck out, getting some more time to watch more Prison Break, because I did get through the first season, and I've only watched about 2 episodes since last week, which is taking the piss with how busy we've been. But I also look forward to actually getting some time to work on the fucking written videos that I did plan on doing, but every single waking moment extra that we're not doing these videos, it's put on the wrestling channel. So it's been a good week. We've been making some good stuff. I'm not saying the ego's building, but I am starting to be very proud of my output, and I'm starting to be very proud of my consistency. I know exactly what I can deliver in these videos, and I hope it comes across. I don't feel like I'm missing it. I don't feel like I'm missing too many shots at this point in time. I'm in the flow state. That's me. Yeah. What else? I mean, it is technically of recording. Obviously, not when it comes out. It is Independence Day. Now time to do the time to look American. This is my American appearance. Gotta get the old hat on. Gotta get the shades. I don't have a beer, unfortunately, unless I would crack out the beer for Independence Day. But it's also Independence Day in the UK, so that's enough of that. And the Independence Day is the general election, which obviously isn't going to become as big a talking point because everybody has their own allegiances and what they'll fucking vote for. But fundamentally, it may be the end of the Tory reign.
I've never been asked what party I'd vote for because I have no fucking clue. Probably UKIP. I think UKIP's the good one. I think.
What are you saying that for?
I think it's the good one. What's the good party?
Why would UKIP be the good one?
I don't know the good party. I don't know about British politics. I'm voting for the good party.
United Kingdom Independence Party.
Oh, that party. Yeah, that party sounds good. Actually,
the racist party.
What?
The party that hates immigrants.
What party?
The party that is the one you said.
UKIP.
Yeah.
Oh, I just
fucking.
Oh, that's staying in.
Yeah. If you manage to throw a dart on the dartboard, you miss the dartboard and chuck the hole through the wall. Yeah, UKIP's the good one, right? Not if you are progressive in any sense of the word.
I mean, I
be like, oh, it's a good one. Reform UK, the one that's run by Farage and is full of dickheads who, I just want Britain to be back British. All right, dickhead, grow up.
Yeah, UKIP's the only one I knew outside of the Tories. So I just went, oh, UKIP must be the one everyone votes for.
I say that in going to vote, because in my area, was pretty much as far as we've seen from everybody campaigning, there are the Conservatives who have had the seat for fucking years. And then there's the Greens who were doing a decent job in actually making sure everybody knows that they exist. And then I got to the polling station, and then suddenly there's all these fucking candidates. I'm like, who the fuck are any of you? You lazy bastards. Fucking last time we had about 3 options, now there was about 6. But none of you were grafting for my fucking vote, you plebs. So sort your shit out, all the other parties in my area that I'm not going to reveal. So I obviously voted Conservative. No, I didn't.
I just want Britain to be back to Britain. Or are you going to fade all the countries that you let go? No, but then you're not getting Britain back to Britain, are you? You're not taking back the countries. Like, you get back to people. If you're going to make Britain back to Britain, you have to colonise every country that you uncolonised. I don't care if that's controversial, but you can't say you want Britain back to Britain unless you colonise all the countries you uncolonised. I'm an Irish guy, but I'm gonna say this, and I don't care. If you are saying you want Britain back to Britain, you have to come into Ireland, find the biggest dickhead you can, say fuck you, I'm taking your country off her, punch him in the face, and then fucking stamp on the Irish flag and go, rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves, England shall never ever ever shall be slaves, except for you people, you should be slaves because you're Irish and below us. Slaves. No. Can't say what you want Britain back to Britain when you don't want Britain back to Britain. Fuck off.
You know how I generally say I'm not going to talk about things if I don't know what they are. Well, see, my approach to talk about this, because obviously it's a controversial topic, and the way you avoid controversial topics is to not really say anything of any substance. Piggy, the letter that to Piggy got lost in the post. I think UKIP's the best one. All right, sure, dickhead. Just don't name anyone. Just say, just don't name any of them.
Obviously
That's going to get clipped out of context in time.
I don't care. Clip it out of context. Like, I've publicly stated I fought for Sinn Féin simply because they're associated with the IRA. I don't care. I'm keeping that in. I generally do that because I don't care for any of the parties. They're all shit. So I just go, Sinn Féin. Jerry Adams is in it. Why not? Vote for him. Bring back Jerry.
I don't know what that is. I'm not going to ask, and Piggy's not going to tell me. So let's just have that. No, I don't want to know.
For the brief
I don't need to know. It doesn't matter. But yeah, the one thing that always buckled me back in the day is obviously some people are a little bit more politically active. I'm not, I just when the elections happen, suddenly I'll pay attention. And if I remember back in the day, a very specific one where one kid in our class, she was called Sophie. She was a fucking weirdo, but she was like fairly normal and like popular. But like one year, she asked us all of us what party do your parents vote for? And so, we all said, I don't know, I probably said, it may have been Lib Dem back then. This was before the 2010 Lib Dem collapse of becoming a coalition with the Tories, and all they had to do was apologise for the next 4 years. Classic Liberal Democrats. And obviously then we asked her, and she went, oh, can't say that, that's private. So obviously she was a fucking Tory. And we all said parties that weren't conservative. And so she got all scared in the very middle class way where it's like, oh, I don't think we should talk about this. All right, that's what you say if you are voting for the UKIPs or the Reform UK. But if you are voting for those two parties, obviously the one doesn't exist anymore. You probably don't have the whereabouts of all to actually tell, like who you surround yourself with. So there we are.
Voting is great. I recommend people vote. You can tell us who you voted for down in the comments if you want. I'm I'm
alright. I'm not gonna judge anyone.
No. You can tell us and let us know who you vote for and why. And I'll just go thanks. Appreciate it, mate. I want to know. I want to separate the men from the Tories. You let me know if you're a Tory down below, please. Any Tories in the chat? No Tories. Any femboys in the chat? No femboys in the chat. Ian Beale voted, but he didn't tell Harvey which party he voted for.
He's a Tory.
I thought he'd be UKIP.
No, it's now Reform UK.
Oh,
UKIP's dead.
Oh, UKIP died. Oh, well, at least I shouted out a dead party, and not an active party.
I mean, it could be worse. You could have picked Britain first, which is as blatant as it sounds. I don't know if that one exists anymore. One thing I found funny as well, I've just seen this on Twitter. Because obviously on Twitter you see all the grifters where they're like, bloody hell. See, there's this current tweet, which says the increase of this body type in women seems to coincide with the rise of homosexuality. Obviously, it's just slightly more muscly women, which is fucking sick, by the way. Fair fucks. Anyone who does that much effort on their body, fucking credit. You look great. You look fantastic.
And just slip me a message, please, because I want to be dominated by you. Thanks. I'll pay you £2 an hour.
You could fucking buy him a meal first or something. You know,
I'll buy you a meal.
Don't just go straight in. Into that. Here's your gimp suit. Like, I don't know. First impressions, maybe about them.
I'll buy the meal first. We'll go to a lovely KFC drive-thru on a little.
Mate, they're muscle women. Well, they're not getting KFC.
Fine, I'll bring it to a lovely. I'll bring it to a lovely chippy, and then you can use that.
It's not healthy. That's not protein.
You can use that grease on something else, baby.
Fucking grotty
Piggy. And
obviously the next line of this tweet is, if you're attracted to this body type in a woman, it could be because the gay culture has gotten a hold of you. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why are we back here? It doesn't matter if you like muscly women. Doesn't make you gay. And even if it does, who the fuck cares? Like, come on.
I mean, I
stop being fucking fossils, you melts. It's just, let me just read it again, just because it's a fucking... The increase in this body type of woman seems to coincide with a rise in homosexuality. If you're attracted to this body type in a woman, it could be because the gay culture has gotten a hold of you.
I mean, I follow the accounts that like post wrestlers. So obviously, for people who don't know, there's obviously a woman in wrestling called Jordan Grace. She's literally called the Muscle Mummy because she's a big fucking. When I say she's a big lass, not like round or anything. When I say she's a big fucking muscly lass,
beef.
She literally looks like she is a female fucking Hulk. Like literally arms jacked, legs jacked. Then I see all the men in the comments who are like 40 going, I just don't see what people see in her. She looks like a man. I can't date anyone that looks like a man. I can't date anyone that looks like that. And I'm like, mate,
I don't think they're dating you, mate. Of all people, I don't think you're number one on the priorities.
Like, I'm just like, I love my muscle mummy wrestlers and fucking wrestling. Obviously, there's Rhea Ripley, there's Jordan Grace. Like, you know, both called Mummy. They both have the nickname Mummy. Or no, Rhea Ripley's Mammy. Jordan Grace's Mummy.
I don't publicly thirst for anyone unless they are attractive, and then of course it's there. It happens, you know. But, fine by me. I don't care. I'll say everyone's attractive to me.
Look,
I don't want to get involved, but I can fucking be like, looking fucking good. Tight dick player. Sorry, what was that?
What? Yeah, she slapped it. It dinged.
Oh, the boy young.
I just you gotta love your muscly women or muscly men. Like they are good looking people. Sure, they might look a bit shredded, and you might look like Santa Claus in comparison, but there's nothing wrong with that. Like, and plus,
they can help you. They can help you get shredded.
And plus, they give the best hugs, from what I heard, the best hugs in the world, and that's all we want from these people is a hug. Unless you're me, then we know what I want, which is to be.
But yeah, with all that said, that was a weird segment. If you enjoyed it, good. If you didn't, fair enough. You're just here for these EastEnders. So let's. What's so important that you need to add to this?
I just want to say, if you vote any party other than Tories, you love muscly women. If you vote
fantastic. I'm glad you interrupted me for that.
You're welcome. I'm here all day, player.
So the main stories are Stevie is still keeping secrets. Maya and Harvey, you know, the storyline reaches the extra level. And finally, Priya secures hers and her kid's future. And also Denzel and Nugget steroid use comes out. That's all in one. It was all intertwined, so it's just going to be one massive fucking lump at the end. So yes, let's start with the Mitchells stuff. Teddy is unsure about Stevie lying about Billy's mum, and him and Stevie try to get the Mitchells to look past the will stuff, but it's still continuing to go further. Stevie then claims it ain't Billy who's just blood, which, just keep that in mind. They are teasing that maybe Stevie was, it's really like, is there a chance where Ted's secretly Phil's brother as well? Like, I don't fucking know. There's a chance. Don't know what they're going to do with it, but they're implying stuff. So the real question is, who is Ted's mum? Which I look forward to knowing. Just one kid. Could have been a one-off fling. Time will tell. I look forward to seeing what they decide. Teddy then tries to make peace with Phil, but he doesn't get anywhere with it. He suggests, look, let's support Billy and Will, but then Phil just complains. Will's meeting didn't go to plan, and he's put at odds with the solicitor's boy. Ted has the smarter solution of saying, look, tell the lawyer's firm that his son has been blackmailing, and it will help with the case, because we're setting up that difference, right? Where Ted is a bit more of a thinking man. Ted is a bit like, if Phil has street smarts, Ted also like somewhat actually uses that intelligence to just sort. He doesn't feel the need to play dirty, but he will figure out a solution, even if it's not the most traditional. That was a load of fucking word salad, but whatever the fuck. Point being, Phil's the aggro, Ted is more of the brains.
Mm-hmm.
As far as we can tell so far. So Stevie reminds Ted to stay in his lane, don't try to knock Phil off the perch, and Phil then offers him a game of darts for the Wimbledon tickets. I win, I get the tickets for free, I lose, and I pay double. He then offers double the face value and $1,000 on top, and Ted feels smug because it's very heavily implied that he threw the first game. Ted then wins the next game and the bet, so instead of accepting Phil's money and the tickets, he just goes, look, just buy everyone a round of drinks. And Phil feels charmed, and, Ted's pretty proud of the job he's done. Mm. Billy asks Will how it went earlier today. He says it went alright, but Billy leads with saying, I should have made you a bigger priority when Lola died. It was the worst time of my life, but I should have made more of an effort for you and Janet. He makes sure he understands that next time you come to us, and we'll help you through it together as a family. All this while Honey is looking on like a proud, just if she had a cup of tea, there would just be one tear as Billy's actually doing the right thing.
Yeah, Billy is being a supportive dad, and you love to see it. It's just like his hair transplant was supportive to him. So, the more you know.
Yeah, he did good.
He did good.
For once, he usually makes mistakes with his kids at all points because it's Billy Mitchell, and he is pathetic.
A scam artist.
Not quite.
Wait, no, that's the real Billy.
Very true. Ted tries to talk to Phil about explaining, look, you may not like me, or you may not trust me. I do love a joke, but at the end of the day, I'm serious about my family. I kind of went, is there a chance that Phil and Ted are brothers somehow? Like, is there a chance that's possibly a thing? We have to suggest, well, the actor's in his 40s. I assume Harry's 20 because that's when Stevie knew about the kids. So I assume he had a kid at I assume he's 40 years ago. 40 years is within the time was Peggy and is there a chance? I don't know. It's a bit of a, I'm sure someone will make a better theory than I can. but it's going to be really interesting to see who Ted's mum is. Sharon catches Ted's eye after a hangover the Mitchells had in the gym. Ted claims responsibility for sorting out the gym while he offers to buy her a drink. Billy then offers to have Linda, like, look, Linda, you can take the picture off the bar if you want, but it is Lola's birthday, and Stevie and Harry decide it's time to celebrate. They then just put it behind the bar on like a shelf. So Lola is still there, and all of the Ballum stands who hate Lola can now be happy that it's no longer on the bar.
It's no longer being shoved in our face, like.
The end of an era.
I'm sad.
But yeah.
I'm still
Ted.
sad.
Mm?
Still sad. Why is Lola still being mentioned, lads? She's dead. Get over it. She was a shit character. Get over it. And also, Ballum fans, stick your finger out your hole. Ben is dead. Get over it. Callum and Johnny is the new wagon, and we all have to hop on it. We're all a Connie fan. A Jolly fan.
But yeah, Ted and Sharon have a good date, and Stevie very quickly warns him to not go stirring the pot with Phil, and he says, "Look, you know me, I'm partial to a blonde." I'm not saying I could also immediately see shades of Sharon Gate happening again with Ted and Phil, but Chris Clanshaw does love the 90s. And he does love the nostalgia and the callbacks. I'm not saying I could easily imagine Sharon Gate happening again, but I definitely think it's possible.
Or Sharon and Keanu.
What?
Well, she was with Phil and then shagged Keanu, so could be kind of like that.
Yeah, but one's actually relevant 33 years on.
Actually, the both are. I'll have you fucking know, because we're still seeing the dead body of Keanu. You fucking non.
No, he's ashes now.
It doesn't matter if he's ashes. He's still part of the show.
Technically, but how in comparison to a couple months back? His presence is non-existent.
Also, Grant.
Sharon hasn't even talked about him this week.
Yeah, because Albie is not looking for Keanu anymore. So that's probably why. And I'm sad. Albie, you lost your dad. You're not going to be sad about it, like.
It's alright, he's got his new dad.
Phil,
and don't worry, his new dad's better than his old dad.
Phil allows him to stay up past his bedtime.
Phil has monster trucks.
Imagine Keanu and Phil fighting over. It's like, oh, you can go to Keanu. What does Keanu have? Cars. Oh, what does Phil have? Monster trucks and Pepsi. Oh, guys, I'm so torn.
Exactly. But yeah, so we are teasing stuff for the future. Like I said, it does feel like we're heading to a Phil Mitchell loneliness storyline, but also there's a lot of really they're not gonna establish Ted as this new, charming, younger Mitchell, as like Phil is. There's gonna be a big relationship between the two, and I look forward to it completely. Also, I don't know where, and this may be complete bullshit, but I saw someone tease that Stevie isn't gonna be a long-term character.
Oh,
you heard about this anywhere?
No, continue.
I think it may just be a Twitter thing, which I could see, but also I kind of can't see. Like, I could easily imagine him leaving in a couple months, disgraced, but he's still established the new family. But also, if they can get him to stay on for a decent chunk of time, fantastic stuff. Look forward to it.
What else has Alan Ford been in? What else has Alan Ford been in?
I was going to call him Slaphead. He wasn't Slaphead. He was in Snatch. He was in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Basically, he's done a couple of Guy Ritchie films.
What the fuck? Who the fuck is he in Snatch? How the fuck did I seen Frank Butcher? I didn't see Alan Ford.
He is in Snatch. He is Bricktop.
Oh,
The crime boss.
Oh, the main villain. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
with does he have the really thick glasses?
Oh. He does not look the same 20 years ago, 20 years on.
I mean,
Age definitely caught up with him.
I still think he looks pretty good. I've technically made stuff for a Guy Ritchie movie.
That hasn't been released.
No, it has been released.
Oh.
We made it was for the recent film that he made, which is called The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Now, there's a character who uses a bow in the show, and we made 2 archery quivers. The quiver is where you hold the arrows. We made 2 of them. I don't think they made the cut. That they're not in the movie, which was the longest part of that job, and some archery braces, which is obviously you hold it on your arm, and when you pull the bow, it your arm doesn't get frayed by the string like pushing past it. But he does have he has both braces on, and I think maybe by Henry Cavill, but I might be wrong. But regardless, he is a fucking brick shithouse. So we had to extend the straps to like double the size. Like, because his arms are just like I think I've got decent arms. His was fucking ridiculously sized. Apparently this movie did flop.
That's because of your fucking dodgy work, lads.
But as a leather worker, we worked on the movies.
Did you get credit?
To be fair, no. To be fair, I felt like it was really shitly promoted. We barely knew it was happening until it came out, so I blame them.
So,
dickheads.
So Alan Ford is going to be in the next Fast and Furious, hopefully. He's going to replace Paul Walker. He's going to be doing
was he the granddad in Cockneys versus Zombies? Oh, mate. Fucking absolute banger.
Who, what?
He was in Cockneys versus Zombies. He plays the granddad who had a bit of a criminal past.
Oh, Alan Ford did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Also starred with former EastEnders star Michelle Ryan.
Who the fuck did Michelle Ryan
played Zoe Slater.
Oh, right, thanks.
Yeah, that's mate, we're finding everything.
We're watching Cockneys versus Zombies now.
Fuck that. I've watched it once, not watching it again. No, it's a good one. It's just strange. But yeah, so that's all the Stevie Mitchell and Teddy and Phil stuff. I've been enjoying how it's going. You still enjoying the introduction of the new Mitchells?
I like the new Mitchells. I love Teddy. I love Barry. It's Barry.
Barry.
Harry, I think the other one's called, and Barney or Barry, I think the third one's called.
Barney.
Barney, yeah, Barney Gumball. Barney's not been seen in the recent episode. I'm just going to do all the Redditors, what the Redditors do now. Don't tell me they axed them already. Obviously they didn't. Barney hopefully will come back shortly. Do you reckon Teddy has a child again? Do you reckon he pops out another one?
I mean, he is a bit old.
No, not Stevie, Teddy.
I mean, Teddy's he's probably 40?
Phil popped out a child at 50, it's fine.
I can't see him having a new kid. It doesn't feel like his style. He's got his kids. I don't think he wants a new one.
I want Stevie to.
If anybody's having a kid, it's Harry.
Do you remember in King of the Hill, Hank Hill's father had a child and they called him Good Hank? Can we get? I know Peggy Mitchell is dead, but can we get? I know his father's probably dead, man. But if they were alive, could they have a second child, a third child, and call him Good Phil? So you have Bad Phil and Good Phil.
if you want.
I
don't know if anybody likes that idea.
I like
other than you.
Yeah. I'm writing the show now, guys. Fuck you. I'm retconning every Phil Mitchell scene. I'm retconning it. It's no longer a part of the universe. Jesus, but imagine the EastEnders had the same writing approach as DC, as Warner Brothers did to DC for the years. What?
Just you didn't know which one to go for, did you? I know the same thing at Marvel, DC, the DC TV shows. Yeah, that one.
It's just imagine they had the same writing as fucking Warner Bros did to DC. Yeah, we like this new character. He's being axed, but we're bringing in this controversial celebrity who beat her husband, and don't worry about it. Will she be axed? No, she fucking won't because of Elon Musk. But yeah, I want a new kid for Stevie. I want Stevie to have a new kid and call him Good Teddy or Good Phil, if they are related, all three of them, by blood.
Who the fuck knows? I just am gonna smile and nod. I don't know what to add to whatever you said. Next up, we have Maya and Harvey as it reaches a fever pitch. It finally comes out as to who Maya is and what she's trying to do. So she calls him and says, "Look, I'll offer to give, I want to give you the money back," but then explains how, "Look, I either sell the flat or I get turfed out on the street." Freddie oversees this and makes sure Jean knows, and Jean recognizes that Harvey is naive and worries that he'll be taken advantage of, but claims that there's nothing dodgy going on. Harvey offers to pay her more money and lend it to her. He even offers to take out a loan to help. Which, look, Harvey, I get that you're lonely, but taking a loan out and paying them to be your friend isn't going to do the job, you know? It's not the smart way to do it. And your friendship. It ain't worth it, Chief. See, the poor people have to do it by being charming. Still working on that one.
Yeah.
He spots a letter and realizes Maya has been lying about where she lives. He goes to investigate the address, and it looks like a pretty nice semi-detached house. He goes inside and sees Maya with a family and pictures, and spots a one-eyed man with an eye patch who is, I think he's muttering what I would assume is his own language and is just struggling and doesn't know what to say. He's bundled by trauma, essentially.
Is he the same actor who originally got beat up? Gosh, that's why I wonder, did they recast him?
Did we actually see the taxi driver? I think it was implied, but hard to tell. But yeah, I don't think it was implied. Obviously, I searched it up and it brings up Ronnie Pickering. Classic Ronnie Pickering. But yeah, no, who the fuck? I don't know. I don't think he was there initially. I think he was just implied. Harvey just had to cover up for an attack that took place rather than we actually saw it on screen. But yeah, he is startled as the man with the eye patch. Maya appears and helps him through it. He's clearly suffered a lot of trauma. Harvey is upset, but Maya calls him out, saying, I guess you never thought to ask. That is Abdul Hussein, the man that your son tried to murder. Mentions how after the attack he had a collapsed lung and lost an eye. And this is how their family started to fall apart. Maya says she believes if Aaron had been convicted for attacking Abdul, maybe he would have been able to get through the trauma, and then claims if Aaron isn't accountable, then you are.
Fuck off.
She's allowed to believe it. She has to take care of her husband. She has to take care of her husband who just got battered because he wasn't white.
Well, I don't agree with Aaron. I don't agree with him. But Like, Maya, fuck off. Harvey's not like his son. There might be, what, like, there's parents who have...
Yeah, but they've lost everything.
But that's like saying Jeffrey Dahmer's
It's
parents are
not
like
rational.
Dahmer. You know?
It's not rational. You need someone to blame.
Blame the government. Blame society. Don't blame him. Blame the justice system.
What's wrong with the justice system?
Well, he got off scot-free, didn't he, because of Harvey lied?
Well, he didn't. He still went inside. He just wasn't convicted for this specific crime.
Well, that's the justice system's fault.
But but the difference is, I mean, obviously the point is the money isn't a lie. She does need the money. She had to quit a job to give him full-time care. Harvey explains how he should have tried harder with Aaron, where she feels worse because she acknowledges, I actually do like you, Harvey. Like, I really do enjoy your company. I thought it would be easier if I hated you. And then just says, look, go home. When he gets back, he seems alone in his thoughts, as Jean is worried he's having an affair, and she cries. And while Harvey is on his own in the kitchen, he cries as well. Harvey's devastated, having lost his only friend, while Jean feels like he's having an affair. Harvey opens up to Jean in the most clumsy way possible, because he's like, Jean, I've got to tell you something. It's about Maya, and you're not going to like it. And then obviously she's like, oh, you're cheating on me, aren't you? And then he's like, no, Maya isn't who she says he is. And then this is why Aaron didn't get convicted of Abdul's attack, is because Harvey gave Aaron a false alibi. Harvey gave Aaron a false alibi, meaning he wasn't going to be convicted on the attack of Abdul, which ruled him out of it. But yeah, he explains how he allowed Aaron to get away with beating a man to death on the grounds of his race. He is ashamed and wants to feel like he can make her right. And Jean is upset that he never told her and remarks, I don't know who you are. Jean's mortified about Aaron's actions, but Freddie reminds her, you do the best for people you love. Harvey is not Aaron, and you cannot blame him for his actions. And Kat stops Harvey from pitying himself too heavily. Martin then compares Harvey with Arthur, a good man who by the end allows the truth to come out. Yeah, I don't know. Are Harvey and Arthur particularly similar?
No.
No.
That's like comparing a four-legged donkey to a two-legged donkey. They're different.
They're still a donkey, like.
Yeah, but they're different.
How different are two donkeys?
Well, one has 2 legs, one has 4.
Yeah, but they've all got the same. They've got the same DNA.
Yeah, but they're a bunch of asses.
They're genetically a donkey.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right. Not the finest of analogy. It's like saying two bloody animals that are the same animal are the same. Oh, I don't know, mate. Bit of a stretch, that one. Like it's not like humans. We're a fucking weird species. Most animals are the same generally.
I mean, we could be aliens. No one knows.
I mean, to some people, I am an alien. So you know. Do blame the autism.
I'm an alien.
Jean reasons by saying, I'm finding this very hard, but I can understand you protecting your own. Harvey Wolf, thinks the best way to deal with this is to go to the police and admit his wrongdoing in the crime. Jean reasons by saying, like, look, going to the police may make you feel better, but doing this, you will destroy this family now. It's not fucking worth it. Don't be an idiot, Harvey. And Kathy then gives him some home truths about Aaron. He's just like, you know, because she's like, oh, you're right. And she's like, oh, I'm just thinking about Aaron. And they're like, yeah, well, he's a fucking scumbag, isn't he? The prick. He deserves prison, the piece of shit. Fuck Aaron. Oh, I didn't mean it, Harvey. Fuck Aaron. He's a dick. Didn't mean it. And Harvey wants to give money to Maya, but Jean tells him to cut all ties and says, "You are the link to the worst time in her life. It is time to cut it off." Harvey, though, calls Maya and says, I need you to know that I'm upset and devastated with how hard it has been and how ashamed I am. She admits she knows he is on Aaron, but he still offers to give her some extra money anyways and plans to do it monthly. So as much as he has not taken Jean's advice at all and is doing it anyways.
Harvey is an idiot. Like, this is again, if I was murdered, right, by someone's like son, right, or right, well, let's just say our parents. Let's say I was murdered by you, and then suddenly your ma becomes best friends with my dad, lies, and everything, lies about who she is, lies about everything. You're not gonna be like, oh, I believe you. I believe you're innocent. No, your son fucking murdered my son. What are you on about, you daft, lovely woman? So it's like, Harvey, you are reminding her of the attack. I know Abdul is probably reminding him of the attack. Also, have we confirmed that this Abdul is not Abdul Rahim? Because I want to know if Abdul Rahim is safe.
This is Abdul Hussein.
Oh, okay. Okay, thanks. They had the same first name, so I was confused there for a second. So, why are you friends with her? Why are you friends with him? Huh? Why are you friends with her, Harvey? You are bringing back trauma. You're bringing back history that she does not want to relive.
Yeah. Like, it really does. But, like, you can appreciate in a way that Harvey obviously he wants to feel like he can do. He wants to feel like he can do a lot to soothe his conscience and help someone who he believes it's his fault that her life has now been ruined. But as you're saying, the main problem is this is another window. This is straight back into the attack. Like, if you ever see Abdul, he's gonna have to relive that trauma any fucking day because he may recognize the face. He looks pretty similar to Aaron. Might cause some extra anxiety that doesn't need to be there. It's just, and like, you can appreciate that he is a good man and he wants to be a good man and he wants to make up for some actions that he feels it was his fault, like he caused, but also it's not going to end well, is it? like you went, "Oh, Gene, I want to help." You shouldn't help. We barely have the money in the first place. Well, I'm helping anyways. Like, well, thank you for this.
And also, they're nicking. Oh fuck! They're also nicking the Wi-Fi's Wi-Fi's neighbor's pass, internet. Like,
but yeah, they're poor as fuck. Like,
buy your own internet. Stop nicking from me, you pricks. Buy your own or get the fuck out. Stop nicking off the neighbours, unless it's milk and sugar. You're allowed to nick that.
I mean, they do have a really big house to provide for. They are scraping together any penny they possibly can.
But surely, if Sniff still owned that house, does he?
Wait, what?
Does he still own that house, Nish?
Yeah.
Or I thought, because if Sucky ordered, she'd be like, you don't pay rent.
Fucking, I just seen it on the subreddit. Watching old EastEnders clips on YouTube makes me really sad to see what the show's become. Now, I'm sorry if you like it, but it's just not the same anymore. I've given up on thinking it's going to change anytime soon. And then someone says, that's what happens with every soap. There are some I know who think everything past 2005 is crap. And then the original commenter says, I would say after the Max and Stacey storyline, the show did drop for you. What you been doing for the last fucking 16 years? Fucking, come on, stop. Stop spinning your wheels. Your wheels. If you don't like it, I mean, yeah, you can still complain. You're allowed to complain. I respect it. Everybody's got a right to complain. It's what fills up most of our fucking days. We love to complain. But if you're still complaining after 16 years, maybe it's just time to just maybe it's time to just amputate, you know? Maybe it's over. Just cut it off completely. It's not worth it. It's not worth the pain anymore. There we are. It's just, when I mock the subreddit, I'm mocking this part of the subreddit. Anyways. But yeah, that's all the Harvey and Maya stuff of the week. It's interesting. It's nice to see Harvey get a storyline. Am I the most intrigued by it? Not particularly, but also, at least she's getting something to do, and I will always respect actors who actually get a chance to do a storyline. They do a good job, so credit to Harvey, credit to Maya, and credit to Jean. All the actors.
What?
And all the actors, rather.
Credit to everyone but Harvey. Sorry, no, speaking of Harvey, did you hear about Brian Connolly? Why he said he left EastEnders?
No.
He said he left because he felt like he was too chained.
He was too chained.
He was too chained at EastEnders. How I can describe this is like, like a puppy who has been left, who used to run around fields, was let loose, allowed to run through the fields, run through the gardens, and now has been chained to a fence and not fed. That was basically what Brian Connolly summed up his time playing fucking Rocky. I love doing live shows, I love doing comedy, but with EastEnders, I did not like it because they would not let me do pantomime. Even though I was told they would, they wouldn't let me do pantomime. I left. It was of course written by the Daily Star, so that's our Daily Sun, so that has to dominate for something.
It's an interesting one. I don't really know. He was still doing pantomime anyways. Apparently he's just been playing Cinderella for the last 30 years of his fucking life. He's been Buttons in Cinderella for the last 30 years of his fucking life. You look at his pantomime appearances, he has played Buttons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 times. And he has been doing pantomime on and off since 1978. So there has only been a few times where he hasn't played the same fucking character. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's not played it about 11 times. So I'm sure he feels fucking caged. But also, for fuck's sake, I don't know what. Yeah, sure. EastEnders is a hard job, and I respect everybody who does it because you are working fucking. Unless you're an actual start, you're working 12-hour days a day, probably. Sometimes even a 16-hour day. It's the sheer fact of how the show works. It's a soap. It's a long-running soap. You have around 52 times 4. You have around 210 episodes a year. Whether you're in all of them is different entirely, but I get it. But also, it's good money. It's good fucking money. So I don't know. I get it's a very restrictive thing. You may not be able to do everything you want to do, but also to the amount of actors who have been yeah. See, in acting, you never know when the next job's going to come. But with EastEnders, you get consistent work for years, as long as you want to be there, and as long as people like the character. So it's just whenever anybody leaves, you just have to play the field, and you have to make it seem like you'll never come back until you suddenly go, well, add some more money on there if you really want me back. I'll do it if you ask nicely. Like, you have to play the game.
Fuck, the heat is getting to me, man. The heat is getting to me. The heat
Is it particularly warm over there?
I mean, I'm in a boiling room at the moment.
Yeah.
And the fucking loss of blood is just like, oh, Jesus.
It's all good. We're nearly through it, mate.
Don't worry, guys. I'm still here. But if I'm less talking, I'm sorry. I did want to record this today. Just like, tomorrow's Friday. Let me have a weekend off, please. And we'll be back Monday. So, yeah. Woo.
But yeah, and now, obviously, this is the final topic. So this is the more important one. This is where all the main stuff is. And it's 2 topics in one. So it'll be a lot of detail. Probably not that much room to jump on in. So let's start it. Priya secures Sarah and her kid's future. And the Denzel and Nugget steroid scenario comes out. Priya's been making reckless purchases using Suki's card. And Nish then argues with Priya, who has forgotten to prioritize the delivery. He claims he's looking after his money. And Avani calls out Priya for her risky purchase and putting the family at risk. Tommy causes a fight with Nugget, and they end up brawling to the floor, which Ravi and Zach interrupt.
Also, Tommy kicks the shit out of Nugget.
Yeah, Nugget does get battered.
Like I understand he's on steroids, but you get your ass handed to him. So you should even look at that and go, maybe I shouldn't do steroids if I'm getting my ass handed to me by a fucking 10-year-old. I think he's 10.
Maybe not.
Or maybe 11.
I don't know. I don't know how old Tommy is. He's not too old. I think the actor's like 16 or whatever, but Tommy as a character still young.
He can't be 16, the actor.
I don't fucking know. I don't care enough to pay attention to the younger cast's age. Priya comes on to Nish and suggests, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. And okay, look, you know me. I'm not a prude. I'm not against people want to fuck, they want to fuck. She's propositioning a dying man with sex for a better financial future. Does feel a bit fucking seedy to me. It does feel like a bit much. You got anything on that? Any hot take on it?
My dad was thinking abracadabra. It's just like I love Priya. She's in the right for this. You are in the right, girl. Get that money. Get that fucking money. I know people will think I won't defend her, but she's a good girl for this. She's a great girl for this. She's shagging him to death. What a way. Death by snoo snoo.
And Nish is initially very standoffish. She's not interested until he sees even Suki, who are appreciating like that they clearly had some good Pride celebrations, and Eve introduced Suki to her friends, and it seemed like a lovely Pride for him. And Nish calls them pathetic.
I love it.
It's so nice to see how far they've come and how few fucks Suki and Eve give about Nish at this time. Like Nish is so desperate to have a conversation with Suki, and Suki's just like, "Fuck off, bigot." And then
he's not a bigot though. He's not a bigot.
Yeah, he is.
No, he doesn't mind gay people. He does not mind them. He just doesn't like his wife being with another woman. That's the only thing. He's not homophobic. He's not homophobic. He just does not want his wife to be with another woman or a man. He's inclusive.
I'd say he's homophobic.
Look at him. He can't be homophobic.
Yeah, he then follows Priya into the house and with some heavy flirting, as Zach, also at the gym, puts up a drug testing sign, which is funny. I'm not sure how he expects that there will be drug testing in like 2 hours before the fight. You know, does it? I don't know about drug testing. Does it show up immediately? It's like a solution. You put in the stream and it shows up immediately.
I don't know. I think you have to wait a few days for it to show up.
Then again, never been drug tested before, so
I have.
Nugget covers for Denzel, but finds himself heading back home. Nish wants Priya to go far enough, and he is taken by this gorgeous woman who propositions him. As Nugget heads home, clutching at his chest and retching as Avani dominates a boxing contest. Nish calls her a bad girl.
Yeah, you slime ball, you fucking slime ball. Get that fucking check.
And they kiss, which Nugget sees in the window as he collapses to the floor. Nugget stumbles around struggling to breathe as Nish and Priya make a deal saying, if I'm doing the full treatment of a parter on the outside, mistress on the inside, you leave everything to me so your grandkids will know exactly who set them up.
Wait, hold on here. So Nish is into a bit of role playing, is he? I thought he'd be a bit vanilla. I thought he wouldn't like that. I don't think. Well, it was just a phrase. It's just a phrase. Because I'm just saying, I don't see Nish being that type of man. Can we role play Nish? Yeah, you be Nish and I be Nish. How about that?
Well, Nish's idea of role play is, okay, I be in control and you fully submit. It's like, yeah, but Nish, that's just you normally. I know.
He can't keep getting away with this.
But yeah, it's a lovely little one. It's a strange one though. It's a very strange one. Where the fuck am I at? Nugget collapses in the park as everyone is celebrating Avani at the boxing gym. The family find, and Ravi. I think it's Ravi, Vinny, and is Suki there? I don't know if Suki's there.
I don't think she's.
No,
there.
she's with Eve. And Ravi, Avani, and Vinny find Nugget like alone in the park, collapsed. As they find Nish and Priya inside, looking cozy, but obviously it's immediately time to go to the hospital. This while Nugget takes a pill and sends it in the gym, and he takes a fucking he starts juicing up before the fight. For fuck, that's not how it works. But sure, the hospital explain how his lungs are surprisingly impacted. Has there been any drug use? Nish tries to comfort Priya, but she freaks out at him. Then Ravi then tries to explain that Nugget may have been taking steroids to the nurse. Then Ravi and Priya argue and get into a fight. He calls her a massive bitch who never prioritizes her family. And they both blame each other, but remember how important it is to be here now. And now for Nugget. I don't like Ravi. I can't lie. Ravi's just a dick. Like, fuck you, Priya, you little fucking bitch. Once a junkie, always a junkie. Grow up. And it's like, Ravi, you're still a massive prick. And then whenever him and Zach's friendship has got to be is a very toxic friendship. Because anytime there's some problems with Zach's like, Zach, what the fuck do you know, you little fucker? What's wrong with you, dickhead? You're calling me out being a bad dad? I'm a bad dad, am I? It's like, fucking just want to talk like normal people, for fuck's sake. Can you stop fucking screaming at each other and have a conversation? Okay. Fucking fuck's sake. Fucking Ravi. Stop yelling at everyone. Please.
Fair enough.
It's just been winding me up. They reflect on the past and how far they've come since the start. Now they plan on now that he, when he gets home, we'll prioritize our family and we will prioritize us. And they have a proper reflective and tender moment together, and they just want to be good parents. This obviously them teasing that Priya and Ravi have unfinished business and they're gonna get together at some point inevitably. Just as she's entered this little agreement with Nish. Nugget's kidneys are failing because I think there's too much sodium chloride in his body. His salt levels are way off whack, and that this is abnormal. But this is because of his steroid use. Ravi is angry and demands to know why and who he's been getting it from, mostly because he knows it could have killed him. As said before, he's just getting needlessly angry. Well, unreasonably angry, but he's just lashing out at everyone, regardless. Meanwhile, Denzel and the Fox Trummers are celebrating Denzel's victory in the boxing gym, but Ivani screws up the atmosphere as she informs him that Nugget has been hospitalized. Ravi screams at Eid, but apologizes to her shortly after, which she accepts. All the Suki and Eve stands are happy at this, as Ravi has finally accepted Eve into the family, even if he yelled at her just like 2 seconds before. The hospital tell Ravi and Priya that due to the substance abuse, they have called social services, and the police want to find the scumbags who allowed a Class C substance to be sold to a kid. The doctors then explain his kidneys are so damaged he may need further dialysis, but with the police, he is protecting Denzel. The teens are discussing Nugget, and Amy points a finger at Denzel for being on the gear, but also shortly after, like, Nish wants to talk with Suki, but Suki's not budging, and essentially is, "Ha, fuck off." Oh, hi Nish, fuck off. I'm not spending any time with you. Priya helps Ravi see how much they could have done, how they could try harder, how they could have not seen this coming, but Ravi storms off, insisting he finds out who the dealer is. Ravi shouts at Zach and Phil and paints a question. Yeah, I don't know, this is just me doing the point about why are Zach and Ravi such, like, bad friends to each other? Will they just scream at each other and take everything out on each other? While the teens get some chicken nuggets, and he apologizes to Amy for splitting her and Denzel up, he is confused as to why Denzel hasn't actually shown his face. When Ravi feels sorry for himself with Zach and Phil, they accept the reality. It's not too hard to fall into these things. Ravi asks, how can kids even find these things? Zach is a serious answer, and then Phil wisecracks and says, he could just take a look at his dad. You know, he's a built man. He's a very built man. Some jealous people would say he's on the gear. And obviously Ravi's like, I've never touched the stuff. Jesus. There's a great line. Zach details how body image issues are all too common. And he says, and then Phil says, take a look at yourself rather than blaming everyone else. As much as finding the dealers may help you feel better, it won't help your son. So Phil actually given some good advice he wouldn't be able to follow as a parent, but when he's not the dad, he is actually quite good. Like, as a dad, he would do exactly what Ravi's doing, but as someone as an observer, fucking nails the advice. Alright, leave me alone. Epic Games launch. So, moving this onwards, though, as Denzel hides at the gym and hides from his dad while Nish pressured a distraught Priya into making things public by manipulating her. As Denzel explains how when the kids attacked Yolande, he couldn't protect her, so he had to get bigger and stronger. He admits that Nugget is in hospital because of me, and Zach reminds him that the only solution is to stop running away. He takes him to the hospital and makes Denzel explain he got the steroids from me, and Ravi's stomach turns as he looks like he'll absolutely fucking deck him. And Ravi screams at Denzel and immediately rats him out to the police.
I would have too.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't, but, you know, you can understand why he was... If it wasn't he sent it, he would have just twatted him.
If there wasn't a police... What age is he? What age is Denzel?
Like 15, 16.
Fucking deck him, why not?
But he can't do that.
Show him the alpha.
He can't do that, so he does the next best thing.
Shove him.
He rats him out to the police.
Oh, that's fun.
He says he supplied him. He supplied him with the drugs. Nugget calls out Ravi and Nish, trying to make him be honest, but reminds him how he may never speak to his best friend again, and that Ravi, you made everything worse. And Nish implores Nugget to tell them the truth, but he also recognizes, yeah, only if you tell everyone you've been kissing my mum. Only if you've been telling everyone you've been kissing Priya. Ravi claims to Priya, when we get out of here, we need to think about our future together. As we do have 2 kids, she's like a giddy schoolchild, but Nish holds her shoulder, and immediately any of that giddy joy that she feels for Ravi fucking sucked out the room. Nish knows what he wants, and he is not very subtle. She tries to get out of it by saying she needs to prioritize her kids, but he calls her a piece of trash and laughs at her as he tries to blackmail her into bed. She says you're a pathetic excuse for an old man, and the deal's off. And also just textbook Nish. Textbook manipulation from Nish. And Denzel comes back and everybody's celebrating. And Howie stops it and says, hey, look, you're stupid enough to pump your body full of steroids. This is a problem. What you did is reckless and irresponsible. And then Denzel, like someone who has been watching all of the fucking alpha male, fitness grifters, is like, yeah, well, you're a beta male. Fucking hell.
I wish Howie responded with some shit like, I've been mewing since day one, son. Where the fuck have you been going? I'm baby Gronk, you're not. I've got that raise in Ohio. Yeah.
He just hits him with the, yeah, son, well, you ever heard of the Mind Goblin? And then, obviously, he's too busy in his fitness. He goes, no, Dad, what's the Mind Goblin? And he goes, Mind Goblin these nuts, Denzel, you little bitch. Exactly.
But what would you do if he did bust out some fucking slang words that he learned from his youth?
All right, Grandad. What would you do if he busted out some slang words he got from his youth? I mean, he's using beta male.
No, not him. I mean, Howie.
Don't know, mate.
Why doesn't Howie just say you're not an alpha male? You're a stinky poo poo head. How about that?
Exactly. An ego would have been shattered. I know mine would have.
You're a junkie.
Denzel starts disrespecting Howie, saying you're not a real man, never spent a day in the gym in your life, you're weak, lazy and stupid, and claims he goes to the gym because he doesn't want to become a loser like his dad. Denzel says he's embarrassed of him. I'm not sure why he's decided that Howie is a massive prick. I get that he's his son, and maybe your dad's actions reflect on you, but it's not like Howie's embarrassing him in front of everyone. Yeah, sure, he did do children's parties. He did dress up at kids' birthday parties, like Robo-Garda, but ultimately, what can he do? He has to make ends meet. He's a postman. Howie he's not the best dad, but he is one of the dads.
What would you do if he did bust out that Homer Simpson, you fucking animal, yeah? What would you do if he bust out at the kid's birth party?
Fucking laugh my ass off.
I loved Denzel and Howie having a little fight. Obviously, can we get into the scene later on with Denzel and Howie? Because I quickly want to talk about that.
We'll get into that scene when we get to it.
Oh, no, fair enough.
We're not accelerating the schedule. There's more stuff to get to. We are close, but there were still so far. And yeah, Howie makes him go to his room. Nish then decides, ah, shit, the Priya thing didn't work. Oh, Ravi. Ravi. I always say this isn't very funny to anyone else but me. But imagine if he hit him with a fucking Scooby Doo, like Ree, just fucking
Ravi.
Ravi, like just hits him with this with a 1-2 Scooby Doo.
Row.
That's an impression.
Row. She's 17. Oh no. Well, it's Nish.
Yeah, but Nish then puts it on with Ravi and says, she played with my heart, man. You can tell when Nish is lying because he loves to put man on the end. He loves she was just messing with me, man.
He fucking speaks like the wrestler Brad Wyatt when he was in the Wyatt family promos where he was like, man, I've been out in the woods and I tell you, man, there's nothing like that, man. I was looked up at the stars and I seen Sister Abigail, man, and then Sister Abigail looked me in the eyes, man, and I tell you what, man, she told me
he
that
claims that Priya has been playing him, and then he lies and claims that he slept with her. They've slept together. Kim helps Howie talk through it, explaining that that muscle is only aesthetic, but emotional strength is what's important. You are my rock. I do like Howie and Kim together. You don't really get these like wholesome scenes, but I do like they do suit each other a lot, and I will be sad if they break up one day.
Yeah,
I do enjoy them together.
Bring back Vincent.
Oh yeah, I would take Vincent instead though. Would take Vincent. He is dead, right?
He technically is. Yeah, I believe he got killed in a. He was killed in a car. He got killed by these two lads that put him in the back of a car and fucking drove off. And he's never been seen since. So he's technically dead in the show off screen, but again, could return.
Yeah.
He's not actually dead. And even if he, quote unquote, actually died in the show, you can just bring him back, because unless he had a heart attack. But
yeah, it's good. It's I'd love him back. He's straight chilling in Hollyoaks, but as a chance Hollyoaks doesn't exist in 3 years, so bring him back. The chance Hollyoaks doesn't exist in 1 year, but it's fine. It's fine, guys. No. Denzel goes to see Nugget, who explains Amy knocked him back. He was just jealous. He didn't want to admit it. And Denzel apologizes to him, saying, look, I haven't been his mate. I've not been your mate. I'm sorry you're in here. And Nugget then reminds him that his dad is just looking out for him. Nish then lays it on thick, claims that she blackmailed him into the entire inheritance. He says she doesn't care about you, her kids, or her family. The only person she cares about is herself. Textbook Nish. And Nish, as Priya gets back, she sees her things packed and ready to go. As Ravi calls her a gold digger. Like I said, it's just Ravi's just a bit of a knob. Like, yeah, sure, you've been manipulated by a dad who has always been manipulating you all along. But also, like, I like you. And then the second you hear something bad, it's like, I always hated you. It's like, come on, man. And yeah, so she sees Nish's face and she realizes, yeah, you don't fuck with Nish. You really don't fuck with Nish. He will mess your shit up. Howie's sitting in the dark alone when Denzel gets back. He says he's not weak, and that if he wants to be a real man, I'll show you what that is. And he's like, come here. And obviously Denzel thinks he's gonna have to like, he's gonna 1-2 Scooby Doo him, like, come here, little bitch. Who's the real man now? Could smash. But he just says, come here. And he embraced him with a massive hug and asks if he feels the love. And reminds him that in this, you are not alone. I wish this got the dufter for me. This was wholesome as fuck.
I was expecting
this was adorable.
I was expecting something else. Because obviously, as people know, I'm a huge wrestling fan. And obviously, whenever I see a hug like that, I'm like, oh no, he's going to kick him in the dick. I thought I was going to be like, I'm going to show you what a real man is. Come here, son. Hug me, son. Hug me, son. Wham! Right in the dick. Don't fuck with Howie Maui. Don't fuck with him. I'll fuck you up, bruv. Just, I thought that's what he was going to do. Just he fucking kicks him in the dick. Because he can't punch him. He physically can't hit him. But a kick to the dick will be fine. You can't really... Because all you have to say is he slipped on a banana peel. So, can't get in trouble for that.
But yeah, it was I love it. I like how he is. He's getting points for me. I do love him. I no longer think he's useless. I now think he's good for the odd scene, and that's all he's there for. But yes, the final scenes of this episode, Priya fights a case explaining nothing, but the kiss happens, but all of their minds are made up, and the bags aren't Priya's, they're for Avani. And he claims that she's a terrible mum, and that Avani's gonna come and stay with me. So Priya, in the span of a day, went from having everything to having nothing. And that's why you don't fuck with Nish Banasar. Like, we were wondering when Bad Nish was gonna come back. He's been relatively nice so far. This is proving that him dying, and it's still like, as much as we've seen him in the hospital bed, I don't know whether to trust he is actually dying until he's dead and fucking buried, because he is a little fucking what fucking bug am I looking for? The ones that just don't die. He is a cockroach. He is a cockroach. He is just finding his way to get his own way gradually. But yeah, what do you think of this?
I liked it. It was good. I was so happy to see Nish back. I was excited. When Nish was trying to get it on with Priya, I was a bit out there. I was like, okay, where are we going with this? I liked it because she gives him pleasure. He gives her money. I'm not saying go get your money, girl, but fuck it. If a man wants me to talk dirty to him, a man wants me to listen to him talk dirty to me, and I get paid for it, yeah, fine. Who cares? Yeah, just respond. Yeah, I am a bad girl. You're a good boy, and that kind of thing. It's nice seeing Nish be a villain again. I was so happy that he fucking turned on Priya because despite Suki and Eve being together, and
in terms of screwing her over,
yeah, because despite like being right there, that Suki has proven why you shouldn't trust Nish. She just went, I don't care, I trust him, and got fucked.
Yeah, like it is the dissonance, or I get that it's the obviously he's been rehabbing his image. I'm dying. I'm not the man I used to be. Trust me. But this is the first time in a couple months where he has actually just been bad Nish, and he's just been unapologetically, fuck you. You're not going to give me what I want? Well, I'm going to fucking ruin you then. And I feel like Suki understands. I feel like Suki does understand. She knows Nish's tricks at this point, but it's quite impressive how like at Christmas she was like, he abuses women. I never like a woman like that. I never like a man like that. And then now, just because he's dying, it's somehow shaved off that edge, and she's perfectly fine with him now. So yeah. I get that in her head, it's only a short-term thing. He's dying soon. How bad could it get? But also, pretty fucking stupid move. But then she was called out for being a shit mum and had to prove herself in her own little way, which she fucked up anyways. So yeah.
Well, I guess now
that's the week.
I guess now it's time for the awards.
I suppose just before this, how did you enjoy the week of EastEnders?
I like the week of EastEnders. Oh yeah, sorry I've been out for most of this episode. I've just been sweating my tits.
I mean, you did get a tattoo earlier. Like, can't blame you.
Yeah, sorry. But I just want to apologise. Like, I know Ash might give me a bit of a tackle in the off camera, which I'm preparing for.
No, I'm chilling.
He says that he's slowly cocking like the fucking. He's slowly
the belt's in the hand.
I'm gonna be like Nish to Priya. Oh no, stop it! Who's been a bad boy? Ah, just fucking oh no. But I enjoyed the week. It flew by. Because we've been doing long weeks of EastEnders or of ECW or podcast on the other channel, the sister channel, One More Match. I've been leaving EastEnders longer on a Wednesday because we would record about 12 and then obviously there's 2 hours. So let's just say we do 2 episodes of ECW. That's 45 minutes plus maybe a 30-minute recording session.
Like 45-minute session, yeah.
Well, it depends because if we're tired, it's like this happened on ECW by 13 minutes. But usually a roughly one would go for 30 to 40 minutes. And then another 45-minute episode on top of another 45-minute recording. So I'd be finishing at like 7 or 8. And then I'd be like, okay, time to watch the EastEnders. And then, so I'm like watching it, but I'm going on eBay, I'm going on fucking any social media site and listening to it in the background. Because I like to do that. I know I might have TikTok brain, but I don't mind. Like, I just do that because it helps me. I know I miss some vital scenes, like I said to Ash. There could be a time where I fucking don't, like, Anita Dobson could be in the backstage of a fucking photograph. And it's like, pause the video there, Piggy. Pause the video there. Look, there she is. I'd be like, I didn't see it, mate. Sorry, I was on eBay. I figured out now that the iPlayer has a fucking...
Picture-in-picture.
Yeah, picture-in-picture, which I love. I love picture-in-picture. But this week has been fun. The double parters. I do wish instead of releasing it Monday to Wednesday, they actually did just release the 2 parts Wednesday and the 2 parts Thursday.
Yeah, but scheduling, you know.
Yeah, I guess
it still is shown on TV. So.
Yeah, no. I mean, like on the.
I mean, it would be honestly. I'd still fuck with them just releasing it all early. Like, I'm not saying I'd watch it all on the Monday, and then everybody else there's nothing to do. But I'd also watch it all on the Monday and then fucking get it over with.
Podcast recorded on the Monday. Let's go.
But then it's all been good though. It's all been very enjoyable. I did like the week. It was very easy to get through. It was good fun, and it was another genuinely decent episode of EastEnders. But in terms of the awards, let's get ourselves there. So what should we start with? Underrated. Who has been underrated?
Nish. I know it's not
bad
funny.
Nish.
I know it's not funny, but I love this scene where Eve and Suki are like, I love you, babe. I love you, babe. They just have Nish. I like to picture as the creepy uncle just having a wank in the corner. Just like, oh my god, I hate this. I fucking hate this. But do it again, please. But I fucking hate it. Do it again, though. Like, I always make the joke. He's not.
It's so gross. Oh.
Like he I understand where Ashley's coming from, where he is homophobic, but I like to believe he's not homophobic. He's homophobic in the sense that he hates women being together with women, unless he can be involved. But I just say he's not homophobic. I
mean, I will say what I don't necessarily think he cares about anything else, but the fact that his wife left him for another woman.
Yeah. That's
what hurts him the most. That's the bit that I think. That's yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah. I just don't think he's homophobic. I just think he's just homophobic to the sense of he's unhappy that his wife left him for another woman. That actually appreciates Suki, dresses her hair like a horse, fucking takes her out for a stroll at midnight.
My underrated, I would give it to Nugget, but Nugget was very high profile and he nailed it. Like I said, some people don't like this crop of EastEnders like kids, but these teens are very good. Like, they've all proven themselves to be a valuable asset, and I do look forward to seeing if they get more storylines as it goes. I've been enjoying it all so far. I do like all of the teens, and I look forward to seeing them gradually develop into being adults, and seeing if they actually make that transition, or if they are still viewed as the EastEnders like kids, and they don't really get to develop beyond that point. But I say underrated goes to Howie. His scenes were wholesome. You can tell that they're doing a really good show where you give a shit about the characters who you don't really care about. Like, you're still getting the reactions that you want out of the supposedly emotional scenes, even if you're not the biggest fan of like some of these characters. So he does a really good job.
We're going for
And I like Howie a lot. So
we're going for underrated. I'm going for a scene in general. I know Ash said it should have been the Duff Duff. The one where he hugs like Denzel. But I just wish he went, yeah, come here, son, hug me, son. That's what you fucking get. Don't mess with Howie, you prick. Like,
the old Grey Atkins.
Hoof up the bollocks. Again, I know they don't want to show teen violence, but it's not violence if it's only one swift kick to the dick. Let's be honest. It's only one kick to the dick. He's not beating him. But that's what my underrated is. And for my Keanu Taylor Award of Excellence, it goes to Nuggets Heart.
Yeah, it is given out. Does need some WD-40 on it. Get some oil on that bitch. It's not working right. It's not his heart, it's his kidneys.
Alright, his kidneys. Alright, get his kidneys fucking back to working, lad. Well, he's kidney
and he may need some dialysis, like, consistently.
Will he die?
I mean, some people want him to die so Nish can get his heart. So,
I don't know.
who the fuck knows? And finally, did I give mine?
No, you didn't. You didn't.
I don't know. I don't know why this gets it here, but I like how they bought chicken nuggets and they brought them in, and that's giving it. But also Varney going, "Oh, you can't eat them." Bloody hell! Oh,
that's me.
There was only 3 in there, anyways. We got peckish. And finally, who needs slapping down?
Actually,
it's Nish.
Actually, I do have a story on like stealing someone's dinner. My nanny, when she went into hospital, she went, "Oh, son, I just want the dessert. If only some kind person would eat the dinner. If anyone could eat the dinner." I went, nanny, come here. You know I love you. Man around her and I went, love you, nanny. But who needs slapping down? Priya. You don't fuck with a mentalist.
But yeah, Nish needs slapping down. Bad Nish is back. He is a right little see you next Tuesday. So. But yeah, that is the episode. That's Watching Walford episode 79. Done and dusted. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below. And whilst you're down there, take a little peek at that like button and the subscribed for more things Watching Walford. But all in all, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to join us in the next one. See you then. Bye-bye.